Welcome back to another episode of Trade by Numbers. I hadn't shot any video outside in a little while. It's a beautiful morning, so I thought I'd shoot out here today. Let's talk about the PPI numbers today. Now, they come out, they was actually quite good, down about 0.2% overall, and yet the market's selling off. Now, why is that? Well, let's talk about it. I'll go ahead and give you my opinion on this and try to set you up where you can make some money today. Again, I'm not going to be trading a whole lot. I do have a couple of things I did buy yesterday. I told you I had just a little bit of money that I had freed up. Did a little trading. We'll talk about that too. So if you like making money, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to be missing out on this. So let's talk about it. PPI come in better than expected, and yet the market is down. Right before I walked out here, it was down 1.85% in the pre-market. Now that is a significant amount down. So why is it selling off like that? Well, again, I said yesterday afternoon we had a massive run up yesterday, and that I expected to see a pretty good sell-off today. Now, I also said that if the PPI numbers come out better than expected, that could set the Fed up. If the Fed knows that all these banks are actually in trouble, this could set the Fed up to want to pivot. They might do no interest rate hikes, and that would be great for the market. Now, I also said that just because we had a few bank failures does not mean that all the banks are in trouble. You have to think that the bank failures we've had are banks that cater to extremely high wealth individuals. These are big tech startups, sort of risky type high end loans. So that is not the everyday bank. That is not your big JP Morgan style bank necessarily either. So how all of them are doing, I don't know. I don't have their balance sheet sitting in front of me. What I do know is that there's a lot of fear out there. And when there's a lot of fear, a lot of volatility, that can put pressure on the market. Now, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we open up extremely in the red and then move up throughout the day, at least some. So if I was looking to trade, a trade in something like the TQQQ could be a very positive trade today. You get in on that now while it's down. If we move up even 0.5%, that's about 1.5% on the TQQQ, which is kind of what I did yesterday because I was expecting this morning bad. I actually bought a put on the TQQQ and a call on the SQQQ. Bought both of those yesterday. If the market opens up where we're at, both of those are going to be very nice. So it'll be interesting to see how they play out. But that's sort of my take on it at this point. I think that we could see the markets open up very red, and they may not even go green today. We may still be in the red, but I would expect them to move closer. You know, if we're nearly 2% down on the S&P, I would expect that to move up within 1% on the S&P. That's just kind of what I'm looking at now. It will be interesting to see how the day ends, because I think how the day ends will probably play out sort of what the rest of the week is going to do, whether we're going to continue to have a little bit of a sell-off and price in all this fear, or if we're going to see those markets rally and start pricing in the fact that the Fed could start pivoting. Because when you look at the Fed futures, those are all starting to look very good. So I think that there's a lot of potential in this market. My video yesterday said, could this be the bottom? I wasn't talking about yesterday, but could we have that behind us? And it is possible. That's the way I'm leaning at this point. So we'll see how the day plans out. Join me this afternoon. And until next time, just take in the beauty. Remember, never trade with your emotions. Always trade